Everyone, and today I want to inform you about the reasons of high rate of divorces in Azerbaijan. So high rate of divorces can be contributed to a combination of economical pressures, child marriages, and societal changes. So I want you to think and remember whether you have close people like family members or maybe your friends who are going through a divorce. Of course, you feel bad for them, you want to support them, but you should understand that they are not the rare cases in our country. And even more, a report that us states that in 2023, which is last year, divorce rate reached its record point, like highest point. I think that's, of course, a really bad situation for our country, for the social side, and a lot of people are concerned and confused whether why this is happening. And now I want to clarify and bring light to the reasons of divorce. So main reasons of divorce in our country are financial problems, are early marriages, and let's say equality movements. Let's start with the most, in my opinion, most common reason of divorces, which are financial issues of the family. So, economical problems, of course, they are not something that only suits Azerbaijani couples. It's actually really popular worldwide. For example, in America, it's estimated by Gemini's private law firm that financial problems are contributing to the 20 to 40% of all the divorces, which is, imagine if there are 10 couples that are getting divorced and like four of them were pressured by economical problems. I think that's already a really high rate. And I want to kind of give examples of situations that can cause this kind of problems. For example, nowadays people tend to want like having economical independence, which leads to big issues of sharing the budget and then expenditure of the budget. And while there are a lot of arguments after not properly spent budget, there are of course more economical problems, and people even can get in divorce situations by, for example, taking debts, which leads even to more arguments. And finally, this reaches to the point where people get a divorce. Of course, while all this period, people are going through a lot of stress because of the arguments and pressure of what should they do to get their situation better. But this is not the only cause of stress in couples. Other reason would be, for example, misunderstanding. And one of the most common reasons of misunderstanding is early marriages. Now, early marriages is something that is really common in Azerbaijan because it comes from our like old customs, and it especially happens in like villages where not there aren't enough educated people, and education is not in that like high point. But it's actually a really big problem in our country because global organizations called Girls Not Brides estimated that 11% of girls in our country are married by the age of 18 and 2% by the age of 15, which is actually really unacceptable in my opinion, and not only in my opinion but objectively. And most of these cases are because parents pressure their children to get married, but of course, there are some exceptions like teenagers falling in love and wanting to make these rash decisions. And all these cases happen even though our government tries to prevent people from doing it by taking measures like putting a minimal legal framework of 18 years old. Like people can get married legally by the age like only after they turn 18, and in exceptional cases after they're 17 years old. But that's like the minimum age. So yeah, and despite these two factors being like really negative, I want to talk about some factor that comes with, let's say, evolution. And this is the final factor that I'm going to present to you, and it is the development of our society. So, what is it? I want to again bring an example. Before, in 19th and 20th century, especially girls were really ashamed to bring up the subject of divorce, because that was again some like that they would make themselves the object of shame, and people would look bad at them, and their families would treat them poorly, and this um, for like which is really good, becoming less and less in today's society. That's why people are not afraid anymore to express their opinions, and that's why the rate of divorce is getting higher, because no one wants to stay in toxic, abusive, or loveless relationships. And of course, it's not done only by the evolving society, but governmental and private organizations also contribute to this by providing support and help to people who are left with nothing after the divorce. So, in conclusion, I want to wrap out this all up um, by again listing the factors that are economical problems, rash decisions caused by old customs, and the desire of people to live better lives. And as you can see, in every divorce case, there is arguments, there is misunderstanding and stress, and that's why of course health of people is getting worse as well, and that's why I want people to be more cautious while making marital decisions, but also to not be afraid to express their opinion and stressful situation for them.